Hi, this is Joe from 13 Top Tricks. Today is part 3, lesson 5 of Taste of Bridge, and we're going to be talking more about competitive auctions. All right, so starting with hand number 1, North has an 8-point hand, and they're going to pass. We've got 7 points in the East. We're going to pass. South has got 6 points. They pass. So the auction passes around to West, who's got a big hand. They have 18 high card points. I'm sorry, yeah, 19 high card points, excuse me, and they're balanced. Okay, they've got 4-3-3-3 shape. This hand is too strong to open a no trump. It's the right shape, but it's too strong. Remember, one no trump is 15-17. So we open one of our minors. We're 3-3 in the minors. When we're 3-3, we open a club. Okay. Now, remember, North had initially passed, but the auction has opened one club. And now it's their turn. They have just enough strength and enough suit quality to overcall one heart. So remember, when we overcall in an auction, there's a few reasons we might overcall. One reason we might overcall is because we think it's our hand and we want to compete. That's not the case here. We have less than an opening hand, and our partner in the South, who also passed, has less than an opening hand. I'm pretty sure that our opponents have more strength than we do. But I want to bid one heart. And one of the reasons that we do overcall is to give our partner some idea as to what might be a good lead if they happen to be on lead. And with this hand, I certainly would want them to lead a heart. Okay, East. East has 7 points. That's enough to respond. We've got spades. We can bid one spade. South. With only 6 points and 2 hearts, and knowing that the balance of points are not on our side, we're just going to pass. West. Well, what did partner promise me when they responded one spade? They promised me at least 6 points. They also promised me spades, which I happen to have 4 of. So I know that we can play in spades. We found our fit. It's a major suit. Great. Now the question is what level should we play at? Well, I've got 19 and they have at least 6. That's 25 points minimum on our side. So I know we have enough for game. I'm going to raise to game by bidding 4 spades because I know the strain, spades, and I know how much strength we have. We have enough for game. I bid it. Pass, pass, pass. Now, on this particular deal, South is on lead. Now, it's very important that South is paying attention to what's going on at the table because the auction might give you some idea on how to proceed. Because partner bid one heart during the auction as an overcaller, I'm going to lead a heart. Okay? So when we have a doubleton in partner suit, we lead the top of the doubleton. When the dummy comes down, the declarer knows right away they are defeated. Why? Well, they've got 3 losing hearts. They've got 3 small hearts, and the opponents got off to a heart lead. So it seems like they're going to take all 3 hearts before I get control, and they certainly can do that. And then I'm also missing the ace of trump. So right away on the Queen of Hearts lead, I see the contract is doomed to down one as long as they collect all of their hearts. Okay? So the North player should probably overtake the Queen. Why? Just in case that Queen of Hearts was a singleton. Okay? They don't want to risk getting stuck in the south hand. If that were a singleton, the Queen of Hearts would strand them. And I can see that I can take my 3 heart tricks, and that's all I'm going to get based on the 3 hearts I see in the dummy. So I would probably overtake that. I would collect my 4 tricks, and that would be the end of the story. Okay, done. The declare goes down 1. Now, I'm going to show you what happens if we're playing 4 spades and we do not lead the Queen of Hearts. So if the North player had never bothered to overcall a heart, I don't think the South player would lead the Queen of Hearts. Okay? They probably would lead the 10 of diamonds, which is the top of a sequence. So I want to show you what happens if you lead a diamond. Something magic happens for the declarer. Now they see they have 3 heart losers and a spade loser, but they've got the timing to do something about it. One of the ways we could get rid of a loser is we could discard it on a winner. Is there a winner in the dummy that we could dump one of these losing hearts on? Yes, the diamonds. Watch this. I play off the diamonds. I win in the ace, and now I've got no diamonds left in the east hand. I cash the king, and this heart loser vanishes. Now I don't lose 4 tricks. I only lose 3. I've got 2 losing hearts now and 1 losing spade. Okay? Because they didn't get off to the heart lead, the contract does not get set. So this is a defense lesson and an overcall lesson. You have to make the right lead in order to stop the declarer from discarding their heart. And you're not going to get off to the Queen of Hearts lead unless your partner tells you to lead hearts, and they did that by making an overcall. Okay, hand number 2. East is going to pass. South is going to pass. We come to the West player, and they have 13 points, 5 hearts, nice looking hearts. They're going to bid 1 heart. North has a good hand too. They happen to have 5 spades. They're going to overcall 1 spade. The auction has just turned competitive. Okay. Now, East has a few reasonable actions they could take. Okay. Let's look at the East hand and put a value on it. First of all, we have 5 hearts for partners, so we've got a massive fit, at least 10 cards between us in the heart suit. Okay. I have 2 aces. Those are good. Those are 2 quick tricks. That's 8 points. I also have a singleton spade. Okay. This hand is worth somewhere in the neighborhood of 11-ish points. I could Q-bid 2 spades. That would be completely reasonable, 10 or more points with heart support. But this is also a weak freak hand. And no matter what the opponents do, I'm driving this to 4 hearts. These very distributional hands have a tendency to bring in games. Okay. I also don't want to give South the chance to support spades at a cheap level because I'm pretty sure they have a good fit, seeing as I only have one. So in this particular hand, I would make the judgment call to weak freak jump up to 4 hearts. Okay? This shows 5 hearts, a singleton or void somewhere, and it's half I think I can make it, and half I think you can make something. The South player is kind of in the same boat here. They have 5 spades. They've got shortness in hearts. I think that they're going to bid 4 spades with this holding. And the reason they're going to do this is because maybe 4 spades will make. But the calculus is if 4 spades cannot make, I think 4 hearts will by my opponents. So by bidding 4 spades, I'm denying the East-West players their game in hearts. This is called being a spade bully. Because spades are the highest ranked suit, you can often use them to bully your opponents out of the auction. So players have asked me, well, what's the best suit to have? Aren't hearts and spades the same? Well, this example kind of shows you they're not. Spades are better because it's a higher ranked suit, and you can often bully your opponents out of their contract. Now, the West player looks at their hand and they're like, they're frustrated. But there's not a lot that they're willing to do with this. They realize their hearts could be useless. They're worried that, the North and South player, one of them could be short in hearts. Their hearts may be worth no points. They've got one outside trick for sure with the ace of diamonds. It's unlikely a diamond is going to get trumped by anybody. So as far as defense goes against 4 spades, they don't have much. They're just going to pass. North is going to pass. And will the East player bid? Well, they're kind of going through the same math as the West player. Their ace of hearts, gosh, I don't know if it's going to be good. North or South could be void. It may not score a trick. Okay, I've got one outside trick in the ace of clubs. That's it. I don't think I can find a penalty double here, so I pass. Okay. Now, we're on lead, and we lay down the ace of hearts. It's partner suit. We know that one of them, North or South, is going to be short in hearts. It's the South player. Losers. Where are our losers at? Well, we can count losers from either the North or the South hand, whichever one is convenient, because they actually have the same number of trumps. We're actually 5 and 5. So normally we count our losers in the hand that's that's longer in trump. Okay. And in this case, we've got 2 5-card suits, so we can count the losers in either side. I'm going to count losers in the dummy just because it looks a little simpler. I got 1 losing heart. I've got 2 losing clubs and 1 losing diamond. Okay, so is there anything I can do about it? Probably not. If they take their winners right away, I can't do much about it. So if they grab their 3 aces and then the king of clubs, we're not going to make this. They may switch to a club and knock the jack out of play here. And it's important for the West player to signal. Okay, so remember, when we are on defense, we can tell our partner whether or not we like their lead or not. When they lead the ace, if we like what they're doing, in other words, if we've got a good card for them in the suit they led, we play low for like. Now our partner knows they can they can continue the clubs, and we set the contract. Okay. We've taken our 4 tricks and set the contract. Now, you may think, well, then we shouldn't have bid 4 spades. Why did we bid 4 spades? Well, let's go back and see what happens when we play 4 hearts. If we're playing 4 hearts, east and west, north might lead the ace of spades. And what are our losers looking like? Well, we have 1 losing spade. After that, we can trump them. We have 1 losing diamond. After that, we can trump them. We've got the ace and then 1 losing diamond. After that, we can trump them. So we have a losing spade and a losing diamond. We have a losing club or 2. But if the clubs divide 3-2, we're going to make this. We have length in club. We have an 8-card suit. Okay. So they play the ace of spades. They see the singleton and the dummy, and they switch to the king of diamonds. We take our ace, and we're going to draw the trump in 2 rounds. So the trump are gone. And now we just work on our clubs. If the clubs divide 3 and 2, we will have 1 club by length. And we saw that the clubs just broke. They went around twice. 8 clubs are gone. I've got 4 left in my hands. There's 1 left in the opponent's. I just play the 7, and the 10 comes out. And now you see that we will lose 1 more diamond. And that is it. The defense has only taken 3 tricks. If they play a diamond, I'm going to trump it. And then I'm just going to cash my winning club. And now I've got nothing but trumps, making 10 tricks. So letting the East-West players play 4 hearts actually was bad. They scored a game. And when we were in 4 spades, what did it cost us? We just went down 1. Cost us 100 points on this board. We were vulnerable. They were not. Cost us 100 points. That's it. Instead, East-West made a game here for 420. Okay, so in this case, bidding the 4 spades and going down 1 was not a bad result. We saw that sometimes down 1 is a very good result, especially if the auction's competitive. Okay, third hand. South will pass. We have a balanced 13 count in the West hand. Not enough strength to open a no trump, right? We need 15 to 17 for that. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to open one of our minor suits. Which one are we going to open? Well, the diamonds are longer. So we open the diamonds. North. North has a 9 or an 8-point hand here. 9 points, excuse me. Should they overcall? Do they have a 5-card suit? Yes, they've got 5 hearts. Now remember, at the 1 level, an overcall could be as few as 8 points. If it's only 8 points, the suit has to be a good one. King, Queen, Jack is a good suit, so we can overcall. Remember, one of the reasons we overcall is to direct the lead. We certainly wouldn't mind if partner led a heart. Now we come to the East player. They want to take action. They want to take action. But what action are they considering? Well, if North had passed, they didn't, but if they had, we could bid 1 no trump with this hand. We've got 9 points. We're balanced. We don't have a major. One no trump would have been okay, but there's a problem. When the North player introduces a suit, if we want to bid no trump, we have to be able to stop that suit. I have 2 small cards. I cannot stop them from running the heart suit. So one no trump is not something that I can call with the east hand. So we're going to take that off the menu. We can't bid a spade. We only have 3. 2 clubs. We don't have enough points to make a 2-level bid. And also, it would show a 5-card suit. Okay, so if we were to introduce a new suit at the 2 level, it's generally thought to be 5 cards here. We only have 4 clubs. So what is our choice? We only have 4 diamonds. Remember, when our partner opens 1 diamond, it could be as few as 3 cards. Now, that being said, just because it could be as few as 3 cards doesn't mean that it's always just 3 cards. Most of the time, when partner opens a diamond, it's not going to be a 3-card suit. All right. So we are going to raise diamonds here and hope that we don't get our partner into too much trouble. South. South has 9 high card points. They have support for partners' hearts. They are going to raise to 2 hearts. This is just a simple raise. Just as if partner had opened a heart, we raise to 2 hearts. The West player, they're not willing to let the auction die at 2 hearts. When we're in a competitive auction like this, and our partner has shown support, it's rarely right to allow the opponents to play at the 2 level in a major. So I'm going to go out on a limb and bid 3 diamonds. North, they're unwilling to compete to 3 hearts. They told their story when they overcalled 1 heart. They just have 9. They have no extras. They have no particular extra length in hearts. They're just going to pass. East, they're going to pass. And South, they feel they've told their story. They've shown their hand. They're going to pass. You buy this one for 3 diamonds. North leads the king of hearts. Top of a sequence of touching high cards. King, queen, jack, we lead the king. Our partner signals that they like hearts. Remember, low means like. And so they continue the suit. They now see that the declarer is out of hearts. So they're going to switch. They may switch to the queen of clubs. Now that we can have control of the hand, let's count our losers. We've lost 2 hearts. There was nothing we could do about that. This heart here, the 10, can be trumped in the dummy. So we have no more heart losers. A club loser. We have 1 club loser. After the ace and the king are gone, we still have 1 little club here. Okay, so that's a 3rd trick. We've lost 2 hearts, 1 club. And we're going to lose 2 spades. Okay. Looks like we've got 2 spade losers. And we've got no diamond losers. Now, there's a chance with the spades. There's a finesse available. So I can try the Jack of spades. And I'm hoping that the honors, the king and the queen, are split between the two different hands, that at least one of the honors is in the north hand. If it is, I can keep finessing. I'm going to go ahead and try that. Now, on today's deal, it doesn't work. I'm going to finesse, and I'm going to hope that one of the high cards is sitting in the north hand. It's not. The south player grabs the queen. All right. Partner led a club earlier. They're going to play another club. I'm going to cross back to my hand with a diamond, and I'm going to repeat that finesse. I'm going to try the 10. I'm hoping North has the king. If they do have the king, then the finesse will succeed, and I will not lose any more spades. But today, the South player had both the king and the queen. So I'm not going to make this one. However, we weren't going to stop them from making two hearts. We went down one trick, which is fine. But if North and South are allowed to play in hearts, you can see that they've got two losing diamonds. They have one losing spade because the ace is over here. We just lead low toward the king, queen. No losing hearts and two losing clubs. So the north-south players can actually make 8 tricks in hearts. We will not stop them. And making 2 hearts is a better score than us going down 1 in 3 diamonds. Okay, last hand, number 4. West, they're going to pass. North, they've got an interesting hand. 4 spades, 4 hearts, 4 clubs, and 1 diamond with 11 high card points. Now, remember, you cannot count shortness points yet. Shortness points only count when we have a fit. We don't have a fit with partner yet. So we're going to pass. The East player is going to open 1 diamond. They happen to have 5 diamonds. They have 13 points. Now we come to the South player. What does South have? They are balanced, right? They're balanced. They have 15 points. If they were the dealer, they would have opened a no trump. But remember the auction in front of us. When the opponent opens a suit, if we're going to overcall a no trump, we must be able to stop the suit they bid. Can we stop the diamonds? Yes, I've got the ace and the jack and the 4. They can't run all of the diamonds. So I can overcall 1 no trump. East, with their 1 point, will pass. Now North, partner has overcalled a no trump, 15 to 18 points. They have 11. So remember our no trump: red light, yellow light, green light. Red light, 0 to 7. Yellow light, invitational, 8 or 9. Green light, 10 or more. We are green light. Green light. We are going to bid a game, but we don't know which game. 3 no trump is a possibility, but what if we've got a major suit fit? Our hand would play better in a trump suit contract because we've got shortness. How do we show, partner, that we've got a 4-card major? Does anyone remember? The answer is Stamen. 2 clubs says, I have a 4-card major. Do you have a 4-card major? The answer to that question is yes. We don't have 4 hearts, but we do have 4 spades. So we bid 2 spades. That says, partner, I have a 4-card major suit and it's spades. North says, great. My hand is enough for game. We found our fit. We bid 4 spades. Okay, so we're going to lead our partners bid suit. They bid diamonds. We're going to lead the top of our sequence. Where are the losers at? Well, the diamond is coming into our hand. If we're going to look at this, we've got 2 losing diamonds, the ace and the jack, but we can trump diamonds in the dummy. Okay, great. So it looks like I don't have to lose any diamonds if I trump them. Spades. I've got 1 losing spade. I'm missing the king. I could try a finesse. I could play the queen and hope West has the king of spades. However, East is the one who opened. They're showing 13 points. We have 26 points in our partnership, 11 and 15. Guess what, guys? West can't have the king. Why? Why can't West have the king of spades? Well, East needs the king of spades to arrive at an opening hand. If West had the king of spades, then that would leave East with only 10 points. With only 10 points, they would not have opened. So East has to have the king of spades. So I'm going to lose a spade. I have a losing heart. I've got the ace and the king, but after that I can trump. And it looks like I have a losing club. So 1 losing spade, 1 losing heart, 1 losing club. I just need to be careful not to let anything bad happen. I should probably trump some diamonds early. I cross back to my hand and trump another diamond. Okay. Now I'll play the ace of spades. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe the king of spades was a singleton. Nope, not today. I'll draw them out. Okay, now they're in. They can play the king of diamonds, but I'm out of diamonds. I'll go ahead and trump it. Now I simply lose my heart. And I'll lose a club. But the last trump is mine. And we make 10 tricks. Okay. So this one we made. Remember, when there's a no trump overcall, we can still use Stamen and we can still use Jacobi transfers. Those are still available to be used if we've overcalled a no trump. Okay. We treat this very, very much the same as a 1 no trump opening. All of the methods we learned before can still be used. All right. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you next time.